This is so I give the floor to Ivaylo.
I see that you're prepared. Thank you for being here. Okay, here is a quick summary of what we did in the past couple of days. A quick little workshop designed in a way to provoke you guys to put yourself into the shoes of a startup founder, go through the motions, acquire new tools to develop your ideas from something within your head to something that is ready to be told to investors. As I said in the very beginning, it's very different to think about things in a scientific way and in a business way. Scientists care about knowledge, business people care about money, profit. If that's good or bad, I don't know, but that's not important. When you speak to investors, you have to speak with your business mind, with your business hat on, and that's not always easy. Because we have scientific problems, we have business problems, we have scientific ideas, we have business ideas, and those are very different. Those are different ways to look in the world. And this is what we did. We have 12 teams, 6 or 7 members each, and we put them through several tasks. The first task was to self-organize, to get together in a Ivaylo group, get in contact with the coordinator, and see how that goes. This is not a bad simulation to how actually works in the real world. How you as a founder need to work with somebody else, to bring people together on the same table, to ask them to communicate, to keep in touch, to share knowledge and information. Some of the teams succeeded, some of them not so much. This was the first kind of step. Another step was the DNA test. All of you will send individual links for our Founder Institute DNA test that you can do and receive some information about who you are as an interpreter, what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths, and what you can do about it. Guess how many of you actually did the test?
No one.
Okay, who wants to guess? Okay, I see people that actually done it. About 60% of you.
Usually it's the
Which
top.
is not bad. It's not bad. So I have the pleasure and privilege of the unfair position that I know is the thing outside of the scientific world. And now I see here, having worked with about 17 of you guys, and I can compare what's going on. I'll tell you my findings in the end. So this was the first couple of steps. Then the next step was, again, be proactive. Find the guy with the knowledge, chase him if necessary, if you want to achieve what you have to do. There was very strict rules about how to define your problem definition, about your solution definition, and your business model, with a very clear structure that helps you kind of channel your thoughts into the right direction. Again, for some of you that was relatively easy, for some of you that was more of a challenge, but that was part of the exercise. It shows how coachable are you. For a startup founder, this is very, very, very important. Being coachable is a definite key, because you receive feedback from the market, you receive feedback from investors, from angels, etc., and if you can't incorporate that into what you do, you just fail. And the next task was to go a couple of times, do several iterations through this cycle. Problem, solution, business model, going back and forth. Some of you managed, some of you didn't. The ultimate goal was not to deliver a beautiful presentation or a very clever idea, or even a realistic one. The ultimate goal was to give you guys the tools and to walk you through the process. And today I invited the ones of you that actually made the most significant progress. And if I have to compare you with what I see outside of the scientific world, I can say you guys are just a little better. Just a little, but still better. So, from a very limited experience from the past couple of days, I can say that if you put your minds to it, you're very capable of doing what needs to be done. If you pay attention, if you do what you're advised to do and things like that. So, my ask for you, and some of you already know what the ask is. My ask for you is look around, and when an idea comes, take those tools that I just gave you the last couple of days, use them, and go pitch to investors. You have a good chance. Okay, we'll start with team number 6. For the first presentation, the presentations will be very short, 3 minutes with slides, and it's good to be short because we are all a little bit tired and we all have to go home. And I just need to tell you, this is not a very easy format. So what these guys do is not very easy. Again, we are not looking at the quality of the presentation or how beautiful it is. We are listening to the story. Do we have a well-defined business problem? Do we have a well-defined solution? Do we have a well-defined business model?
We're going to present an Avalanche app called the Ivaylo. We're team number 6. We're members of an organization called Avalanche Bulgaria, and the recent trend is that people use their phones to keep them safe in different situations throughout their lives. Our target group are backcountry skiers, snowboarders, anyone who visits the mountains during the winter time, because this is becoming more and more popular, especially from influence from social media. And a lot of people, some knowingly, others without knowing, put themselves at risk every day in the mountains, and unfortunately there's some fatal incidents as well. And tomorrow this could be you. It's a very urgent issue. Our phone app shows users a map of the areas that are at risk of being affected by avalanches. And people can use this app to see the risk at their current location and plan the route and how to travel safely during the winter time. At the moment, there's no such mapping of the Bulgarian mountains, so people cannot see and access this information in any other way. So we're going to map all of Bulgaria's avalanche terrain, mainly in Rio and Pirin, and an alarm is going to sound to warn users of when they enter dangerous terrain. It can also show the optimal route that passes through the least amount of avalanche terrain. There's going to be an SOS button as well, and ability to report avalanches that have already fallen. We already have a prototype. You can check it out. These are some screenshots you can see of different use cases in the app. So there's going to be a one-time purchase to access all basic features, and then a further subscription if people want to access dynamic maps. These are static ones. The dynamic ones will update every day throughout the winter season based on snow conditions. So this is our market size. Everyone who plans to visit the mountains during the winter time. We have some numbers here as well. A lot of people are interested in this, and the numbers are just rising. You can see 168,000 people in Facebook groups, and from the government we can see several million skiers accessing the Bulgarian ski resorts, especially Bansko and Borovac, many with overnight stays, which means they have more time to use this app, and we can potentially expand it to other countries as well. We're going to market it through social media mainly, but also at the actual ski resorts and hotels, lift ticket counters, mountain huts, etc., alpine sport shops, also events and lectures related to this. Our competitors have several limitations. They only show separate components, not the full avalanche map. And also their models are not as precise as ours spatially, so they don't have as much information as ours. So as you saw, we have created a prototype, and we need some money to actually develop it further with our organization for a period of about 2 years. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. We'll just say thank you for the effort, thank you for everything that you've done so far. This is a guy who came prepared. So this was not fair. But unfair advantage is very important in the startup world. Investors actually seek unfair advantages. So keep that in mind. This is the key takeaway from this presentation. Unfair advantage is something you want to have. Team number 7.
Always. Well, welcome to the future of elderly care with Cisco. Now, I have a fear that I suppose I share with many of you, and that is aging, having no one to take care of me once that comes, and generally being alone. Now, this is a universal concern, and it is becoming more and more urgent. Currently in the world we have over 750 million elderly people. This number is going to double, more than double, by 2050, and interestingly enough, in the developed world we have about 14% of the population as elderly already, which is a lot more than in the world in general. Now, we already have a demographic crisis that is developing, and fairly soon the elderly will outweigh the caregivers, the available caregivers. And this is a universal problem, regardless of your status of race, religion, or anything else. It's a universal problem. So there's already strain on the pension system, for example, which is showing that, we don't have enough working force, and inevitably the elderly will outweigh the caregivers. Once again, as you can see, this is a universal problem. What we do at the Cisco, we redefine the elderly care. We are developing humanoid, personalized robots that will take care of the elderly, and they are comprehensive. They can provide comprehensive care, and they also have empathy, quite importantly, for such a use. Now, with our robots, we can offer tireless support. We can offer individual support. They can also take care of the vitals of their patients, if we can say so, so that every citizen, every old citizen, can feel taken care of and valued as a person. Our key features are that our robots resemble a human being. They also have multiple advanced sensors with which they can check the vitals of the people constantly, and if needed they can call for medical assistance. Furthermore, they can act as companions to these old people. Now, we are entering quite a large market. We have more than 500,000 people with personal health plans and insurance in the world. And if we assume that we can cover all of them with a fee of $20 US per month, this is a 140 billion market. Our revenue will come from two main streams. These are government and private. So we can it will work like a pension fund pretty much. Every person can add these $20 to their pension fund or health insurance, and as a result, once they get old, they are going to be taken care of. Now, with regards to competition, Japan is making some progress. However, their robots are a little bit strange, and well, this one doesn't feel like a human, and I personally would not feel very comfortable with this one. What we do is a lot more comparable to having an actual person to take care of you. Now, we are seeking at this stage for a $30 million investment. We will use this money in the next 12 to 14 months to achieve some very important key goals. This includes IP acquisition and application that will ensure that we can go first to market. We will complete concept design and initial prototypes. We will also make sure that by the end of this period, we have letters of intent from large institutions that provide care to the elderly, and we will already have our first paying customers and a pilot program in place. Thank you very much.
Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren. Heute werden wir... Sorry, it was just a mistake. We have also 7 invitations to present everything in Germany the next week. So that's why I started in German. By some kind of peculiar inevitability, I have to do everything in front of you, although we have a very, very talented team. And I would have preferred to be actually on the backstage right now, but our very, very talented colleagues, some of them are sick, and that's why I'm in the lowest grade of this project, but I have to show it in front of you. So this is Salty Pro. What we are. We are young, science-driven, and very reliable. And our idea is that we will create a powder. Sorry that I'm hiding the text, but we'll create a powder that will actually improve the daily nutrition intake. And in comparison to other such powders, we'll have something like it will be a salty one. So this is the surprise here. And we actually have asked many people, we have many studies, and we discovered that many people want to have salty powder, but they don't. And that's why we are totally new on the market, and you'll see why. So, what kind of problem do we have? People are very busy nowadays, as you will see, and we'll repeat it many times during the presentation, because it's very important to highlight this thing. And people are traveling, they want to live healthy life. Some women are pregnant, still only women. And some people struggle with an eating disorder. So this is the thing that we want to solve. Why is this problem big? Because preparation for eating always takes time, eating is expensive. Staying healthy can be very, very challenging nowadays because we're very busy as people. And actually, lack of savory protein products limits the options. And we are the option. We are your choice. It is very urgent. Why? Because you eat 4 times every day. And can you imagine, this is just the start of our project, but the next step would be, in any case, to eat this in every single lunch, not only adding to the meal, but have the whole lunch here. And we have a process, our scientists will explain it later. This is a salty protein, we'll have a weekly box, this is the part of distribution plan. It saves time for the busy, of course. I told you that I'll highlight busy many times. It provides healthy alternative for people that are in sports. Gym Freaks was a suggestion from a colleague. I was against it, but all of a sudden it appeared. But what does it mean? That we're always work in progress. We're always working in progress. We're always searching the new thing. And now I'm seeing it, I'll change it the next time. Because we're very ambitious. And every day we want to make the further step. Of course, this thing has many good things for you, but I'll explain that later probably, if you have questions, because this is very important thing, to have questions. It is pocket accessible. You can eat while walking. You see I'm walking right now and I can eat if I want, because this is our product. It is top quality and it will be healthy. Very important. So the business model, what do you want, guys? Because you're the people that will give the money. Degustation at all your local markets, social media advertisement. We have a lot of people that are very famous. We'll distribute it, we'll have advertisements on YouTube, Instagram. We have people that will follow the product, I guarantee. Local gyms promotion, green market accessibility. We connected chief executive in Decathlon, so I think it will fit to sell the product there, and we'll have a weekly subscription. The revenue streams, 60% profit. Each €100 and you have 60% profit. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? 60% profit. No, for real? For real, this is the thing. Subscription, €50 per week at 70% profit. So the market size, 2019 was estimated in 16.5 million euros, and we estimate it will cover 15% of the market size of 2024, if not this year. So we can do it the next. will cover probably 20% of the market in 2025. And you'll see, because this is a challenge. And I will not say it because it's against the law, but after that we'll talk about it. So go-to-market, partnership with organizations, gym shops, online sales, retailers. Our direct competition is too sweet for us. This is the thing, because we are Salty Pro. We are better because we are the precedent, and there is a variety of savory flavors that we will show. And it depends on you guys. You're the people with the money. So please sponsor the next step in our startup pilot series of sales and subscriptions. So this is some kind of interesting thing that we made for you. 10 months. Our idea is to distribute in 100 cities, 1,000 boxes, 10,000 packages, and we need the small amount for our startup of 100,000 euro. And after that, probably the next year, if we monopolize the market, which is against the law, and I know it, we'll have 100% profit. So thank you.
Okay, can I guess what went wrong here?
Time.
Absolutely, the timing is way off. Team number 2 is engaging, he's charming, he's discussing with the audience. That's great, that's entertaining, but the real life situation, I would have stopped him in the middle. When pitching to investors, timing is key. Investors won't give you that freedom. That's a risk. He did a great job. You were entertained, he connected with you, excellent. But this is playing against the rules. This is breaking the rules of a good investor pitch deck. And my ask for you is, before you break the rules, be absolutely sure that you can play by the rules really, really well. So you really know what you're doing. So, great job, to be honest, I liked it. But in a real life scenario, you would have been stopped in the middle on a hard stop, and you wouldn't have the chance to continue on saying important things. So this is your key takeaway from this presentation. Questions, please, if any.
He has missed NASA for the cosmonauts. This about.
I know.
No,
I
this
know,
is
I know.
very important.
How come?
It
It is, but we don't have
friends
time to
about-
say everything. We have only 3 minutes. This is the problem.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.